Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda, and I have been dying to do the Try a Chapter challenge. So I need to get through a bunch of Book of the Month books. I have 39 of them on my shelf. Technically have 40, but one of them is in a series, and so I have to wait till it's time to read that one. So 39 books. I'm going to use a random number generator on my computer, 1 to 39. I'm going to pick 3 books and read the first chapters. Let's go. Okay, instead of me being professional and recording my screen, I'm literally using my phone to record my screen. I have 1 through 39 on here, and I am going to generate number 23, number 8, and number 1. Wow. Okay, so if we start up here at the top, number 1 is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. Okay, number 8. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathless by Amy McCulloch. And 23, we're going to start with 39, 38, 37, 36. 23, Circe by Madeline Miller. Wow, these are all such different books, but I am going to read the first chapter of each of them, and I'll come back when I've read the first chapter of whatever I read first, and we'll talk about it. Okay, I've decided, because I have to be weird, I'm going to read these in the order that they came off of the shelf. So I'm going to read the first chapter of Circe right now. Okay, so I had the little note on here. I finished chapter 1 of Circe, and it's only 13 pages, so that didn't take very long. And it's good though. Like, I got drawn into what's happening with Circe and the siblings. She has a little sister and a little brother, and we find out about her mom and dad. Her dad is Helios, the sun, and they're Titans. And her mom is actually his niece, technically, since Helios's brother Titan is her grandfather. So she has a grandfather and a dad, and they're brothers. Yeah, anyway, none of that matters. Apparently that's what happens all the time, or that's what happened with the gods all the time. But apparently Circe and her siblings are something special. Like, the opening line, first of all, there is a very cool map in here. Let me show you while I'm finding the opening line. I love that map. The opening line, there is no preface. We go right into chapter 1. When I was born, the name for what I was did not exist. That's a good opening line. So that one's good. I would definitely like to keep reading it. We'll just have to see. Now I'm going to read the first chapter of Breathless by Amy McCulloch. McCulloch? I don't know how you say it. Okay, this is about mountain climbing. I mean, I guess the front of the cover has a mountain on it, but it also has really short chapters. The chapter was only 4 pages, but I did read, there is a prologue that says Summit Day, and that's 2 pages. And then there is an early draft. It says draft 1 of a profile of a mountaineering legend, and then it goes into chapter 1. So altogether, it was probably about 7 pages that I read. And I mean, I would like to keep going with this one as well. I don't know if I were picking one over the other, probably just purely on how I feel right now, I would probably go with Circe, because I'm not feeling like I really want a thriller, and this definitely seems like it's going to be a thriller. So I do want to read this for sure, but right now I think Circe's winning over this one. Now for the last one, An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. So I know the first chapter of this one is a little bit longer, at least I think it is, than the others have been, but we will, I mean, Circe was 13 pages, so none of them have been too long. Oh, this one's about the same, about 13 pages as well. So here we go. Okay, so I just finished this chapter, and I actually have this on audio as well, so I listened as I followed along in the book, and I really liked it. However, I think hands down, Cersei is the winner. I think this might be number 3. This just seems right now, there's a girl, her name is April May, which I think is funny. Anyway, she's telling us the story of how she found an art installation in New York City and apparently went viral with it. But I haven't gotten to that part. I just can see that that's coming. So that is what is happening here. So now I'm going to read Cersei. I will check back in as I'm reading it and let you know if I finish and if I like it and everything that I like about it when I get to the end. And we'll see if I made a good choice by picking that one. Hopefully I'll like it. I mean, I like it so far. I'm intrigued. I have questions about what's happening with her and who her family is and all kinds of stuff. So that's what I picked, and I will check back in later. I found my tripod. I mean, I'm still holding it, but at least I found it after the move. Anyway, I am really enjoying Cersei. It has moments where I don't know what's going on, but then it has so many stories that I recognize from like reading mythology, and the only true mythology book that I think I have studied is the Edith Hamilton one. And I had to read that one in college. Look, I have both hands. I have both hands free. Anyway, I read the mythology book in college. And then I know that I've read some stories about maybe the battle of, I've read like Odysseus and those kinds of things. And so I know all about Troy and those kinds of things. And then we took a trip to the island that is supposed to have the Minotaur on it. Like it was supposed to have been on that island. And I knew that story. So it's just been great to see characters in this that I knew about from just previous things. So anyway, I still don't know about Cersei, and I don't know what's going on with her, and we do know why she's special, and we know why her siblings are special. Well, we don't know what caused it, but we do know in what way they're special. So I don't know what's happening to her, but she is more like coming into her own person and not just being like the timid little godling where she was like a minor deity. And even though her dad is Helios, who was like the sun god, she didn't have any powers, or she didn't think that she had any powers. So there have been just a lot of people that I have seen in the Iliad, like I said, and the Odyssey. Those people have just been back, and I love it. And so anyway, I am continuing on with Cersei. I think so far I made a good choice on my thing. I was thinking last night as I was reading it, I thought, you know what? I really want to know what happens in that Breathless book. So I was thinking about that last night because that first chapter really did intrigue me, but I'm going to just leave it on my list. I'm sure that I will get to it eventually. I am trying to get all of the Book of the Month books done, so I'm sure that I will get there, but not yet. Anyway, I'm going to continue reading Cersei, and I will let you know when I'm further along or maybe when I'm finished. Okay, I finished this. First of all, my fan is blowing my hair around, it looks like. Anyway, I finished this last night. So good. Like, I really enjoyed the walk down memory lane that it was for me from my mythology experience. And I do not remember Cersei. I don't know if... Well, Cersei is a Titan god. And I know that I didn't learn anything about the Titans. Like, I know Helios and I know Kronos, I think. Anyway, I can't remember, but I don't know anything about Titans. We mostly studied the Greek and Roman pantheon in the small amount of studying that we did. So this was just so nice to see how they all tied together, and all the people that I heard about. And what's funny also is I listened to a lot of it on audio, and hearing the pronunciations of things that I pronounced my whole life through I grew up in the southern United States lens. It's just so different than the way that it's actually supposed to be pronounced in Greek or whatever. So anyway, it was just really funny to hear them say the names and then look at the book, like look at the names and be like, oh, that's how you say that. But anyway, I loved this. I loved the way it wrapped up. I love the way it told the story of who she was and kind of discovering that she can be more than what she thought she was. So even like as a god with god-like powers, she still had to tell herself, like, do not be afraid of this. You can do this. You can stand up to this person. This is your space and what you own, and you are in control of it. So I loved it. I thought that was so good. And I've been putting off the other Madeline Miller books that everybody likes for some reason. And I think I'm going to pick it up. I don't do a ton of, I guess this can be considered fantasy, although I put it more in like historical fiction category, which I guess is also not true, but I don't read a lot of it. And I think this was a very good dipping my toe into it again, and I will definitely be continuing with some more of these. So that is it. That's going to do it for this. I love the try a chapter thing. It's the first time I've ever done it, and the books were so different. So maybe next time I'll do like try fantasy chapters or try horror chapters or something like that, and the all books will all be in the same genre. But I'm so glad that I got another book of the month book off my list, and I will just see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.